sliceofscifi.com.
Hi, I'm John Manier. I'm a producer at UCTV, University of California Television, and the co-producer of the series It Came From Riverside.
And I'm Marcy Bretz, co-producer also of this series.
One of the goals of this episode, which again is called The Evolution of Science Fiction, a rather large title, is to trace fairly, at least in somewhat general terms, talk about what are the prevailing themes of science fiction today, and I think quite clearly, and is made clear by Rob Latham in his remarks, dystopia would be considered the major theme. It's a reaction to the early utopian literature, which started, of course, with Thomas More. And I think that dystopian literature really first reared its ugly head in reaction to the Industrial Revolution. Following that, then you had 2 world wars, post-atomic anxiety. That was very prevalent, of course, particularly in American society. And then latterly, since the 80s, you've had the influence of the so-called cyberpunk movement, and writers like William Gibson, Bruce Sterling, Philip K. Dick. Philip K. Dick's been enormously influential. And I think that influence carries on even today. There is still what you might call an optimistic strain in science fiction, certainly, represented by writers like David Brin, but I think the dystopian strain really is predominant.
One of the great things about the collection is that it does cover much of the history of science fiction, which is quite long and vast, starting with utopian literature and moving very quickly into the dystopian ideas that have dominated for much of the 20th century. And then as we move into the cyberpunk age, the digital age, and now as we are incorporating digital, of course, into other mediums such as video games, whether it's console or online gaming, and how is science fiction sort of changing, it's constantly changing into these new mediums.
We're happy to be with you today on Slice of Sci-Fi, though I should point out that sci-fi is not considered the correct terminology. This is one of the things we learned at the Eaton Collection at UC Riverside, that serious science fiction aficionados refer to it as science fiction, not sci-fi.
So join us in watching episode 2 of It Came From Riverside, The Evolution of Science Fiction.
sliceofscifi.com.